before 1,000 ships set sail, before Troy's walls began to tremble, there was an oath, and from that oath came war. Helen was more than beautiful, daughter of Zeus and Queen Leda. Her face seemed carved from light itself. After being abducted by Theseus and rescued by her brothers Castor and Pollux, she returned to Sparta, where her beauty drew all the great men of Greece. Kings, princes, heroes, Menelaus of Sparta, wise Odysseus of Ithaca, impetuous Ajax the Telamonian, proud Diomedes. Each offered wealth, power, glory, but Helen remained silent. Tyndareus, king of Sparta and her adoptive father, was trapped. Choosing one suitor meant offending all the others. The jealousy of a single king could ignite all of Greece. It was Odysseus, who sought not Helen, but Penelope, who proposed a solution.
"Make them all swear,"
he said,
"to honor Helen's choice, and if anyone ever takes her from her husband, they must all swear to fight to bring her back."
The advice was accepted. Before the gods, on a sacred altar, they all swore an oath. They invoked Zeus as witness. The pact was sealed not only with words, but with the eternal weight of honor and shame. When Helen chose Menelaus, the oath seemed to hold. Peace reigned in Sparta, but like all solemn oaths, it awaited only a pretext to awaken. And when Paris, the Trojan prince, led her away, the sacred bond turned into a blood obligation. Betrayed by Paris, or rather, robbed of his wife, Menelaus invoked the oath of Tyndareus. His brother Agamemnon, king of Mycenae, took command. But not all heroes came willingly. Odysseus did not want to leave. He had just become a father to little Telemachus. He wished to remain in Ithaca beside his wife Penelope. Pretending madness, he yoked an ox and a donkey to a plow and began sowing salt into his fields. But Palamedes, sent to recruit him, was not fooled. He placed little Telemachus in front of the plow. Odysseus stopped the animals. The ruse was over.
"Your mind is priceless, Odysseus, and Greece needs you,"
said Palamedes. Thus, the king of Ithaca joined the war. Meanwhile, Achilles was hidden away. His mother, the sea nymph Thetis, knew he was destined for a short life but eternal glory. To protect him, she disguised him as a girl and hid him among the daughters of King Lycomedes on the island of Scyros. Odysseus arrived in disguise, posing as a merchant. He laid out fine robes, mirrors, jewelry, and among them a gleaming sword. Then, suddenly a war horn sounded. All the girls fled, except one girl, who instinctively seized the sword, ready to fight. Odysseus smiled.
"There's the warrior we were looking for."
Unmasked, Achilles accepted his fate. With his myrmidons, he set sail for Troy. Kings and heroes answered the call. Ajax, Idomeneus, Nestor, Diomedes. From every corner of Greece, warriors and ships arrived. Aulis, the harbor of destiny, filled with wood, shouts, and steel. Some say there were 100 ships, others 1,000. But the sea remained still. No wind blew. The sails hung limp. Time stood still. The gods were silent. Calchas, the seer, was summoned.
"It is Artemis,"
he said.
"She holds back the winds. Agamemnon has offended her, perhaps by killing a sacred deer, or through pride. Now she demands a sacrifice."
"What sacrifice?" asked the king, though he already knew the answer.
"Your eldest daughter."
Iphigenia. Agamemnon trembled, but the pressure was immense. The kings stared at him. War awaited, and the oath was stronger than a father's love. With deceit, he summoned Iphigenia to Aulis, promising her marriage to Achilles. The young hero, unaware, was angered by the use of his name. But when the truth was revealed, it was too late. Some say she was sacrificed. Others, that Artemis saved her, replacing her with a deer and taking her far away. What is certain is that the winds began to blow. The ships set sail, oars cut through the waves, and the horizon turned the color of war. Odysseus looked to the sea and whispered,
"O Troy, prepare your walls. The storm has taken the sea."
The fleet has departed, but the true siege is yet to begin. Who will be the first to step on Trojan soil? Tell us in the comments below. Leave a like if you want the next episode, and subscribe so you don't miss the arrival of the heroes beneath Troy's walls.